Hello, Mr0063 back for I Want to Be Like Brisulph Part 13, the likely final part of this project. And before we get into the main crux of what I'm going to get into on this video, which is inverted mode, let's just, well, if I can press the right buttons, let's just briefly show off the overclock, underclock feature. So you can see you can set the game speed between the lowest at 25 and the highest at 75. So let's just quickly show that off, and hopefully you can tell that the kid is kind of whizzing around at breakneck speed. So that would certainly add a bit of extra difficulty to the game. Equally, you can set it at the lowest speed, so now the game just is at a snail's pace, or as I like to call it, Musto0063's laptop mode, in which you can see, obviously it's not per se lagging, but obviously this is just how the game reacts on this slow speed. So again, this would make things probably that little bit tricky. And if you're feeling particularly masochistic, you could, whoops, wrong button. You could obviously combine both of all these elements. So, for instance, let me put the darkness mode back on and inverted mode on. So you can see that you could play on both if you were so masochistically inclined. I'm not going to be doing that. So let's go back to the darkness and toggle that off. Now what I'm going to be doing here as well, because I did a test run of this, and which way is that now? That's left, isn't it? So I want it to be the right button. Yeah, I did a test recording of this, just where I tried the controls the normal way round they would be. So at the moment, obviously left's left and right's right, but when you invert it, left becomes right and right becomes left. But I found that when I was doing that, I could not possibly concentrate on what I was trying to say that's not related to the game, you know, and also kind of play through the game as well. So I've kind of woofed out a little bit there and set it so now that right actually is still right and left is left, because otherwise I just wouldn't be able to talk about what I want to talk about without just dying over and over and over again and concentrating so much on the game. So yeah, apologies for that, but a bit of a necessity, I'm afraid. So this is how this inverted mode works. As you can obviously see, basically just the screen is upside down, and I swear I am playing this legitimately upside down. So I've not switched. I've not switched my the screen display on my computer to be upside down. I've not actually physically flipped my monitor upside down. I am playing this upside down. Otherwise, well, there's not really much point in showing it off all that much. Although, yeah, say the grenade lobber and makes you know, kind of the first area just that little bit kind of easier. And I must admit, I did kind of deliberately pick this area to kind of think about doing with the inverted controls, because I thought that it would probably be one of the easier ones to get through. So yeah, I'm sure the boss is going to be a pain in the neck, but yeah, the area itself wasn't too bad, and yeah, with that, let's go to the boss, and I'll start talking about one of the two things that I wanted to for this video, so it being the last one. So yeah, the first thing I wanted to discuss, or at least touch upon, was the upcoming fan game contest that's being hosted by Yo Sniper. So I'm really kind of looking forward to that. I'm not taking part in it, certainly either as a contestant or as a judge or anything like that. Might have felt that it'd been really quite would have been lovely perhaps to have been kind of somewhat involved in some capacity, but you know, I certainly wouldn't be able to do anything from a game design point of view. That's ridiculous. This is going to be a hell of a thing upside down, I can already tell. But yeah, it might have been quite nice to be a judge, but I kind of felt like I don't have much experience of game, oh bloody hell, of game design, or indeed probably would ultimately have the time to be able to do it, because I've taken a very real kind of interest, at least in following the comments and the progress of what's kind of going on, and I kind of note that judges seem to have like about a month or so when all the games are done to do all their judging, and I just wouldn't have the time available to do that at the moment. So no, I thought I was doing pretty well there. But yeah, I noticed there's been some, I don't know if controversy is the right kind of phrase, but there seems to be like at least some people who have kind of got a little bit up in arms about the fact that none of the judges seem to be kind of, you know, or very few of them at least anyway, seem to be actual game designers themselves, and basically all the people you've got judging the contest is a bunch of people who who actually, you know, are fans of the series. But you know, ultimately, I really don't see it. What? I thought I'd avoided that. I really don't see an issue with that. Ultimately, the contest is made with the idea of producing a whole bunch of new fan games for people to play and enjoy, and for the fan game community. So yeah, I mean, for instance, I never really probably seriously considered entering or putting myself forward for a judge, but you know, I can quite happily say what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy. You know, I must admit, when I kind of like I'm picking kind of games, or certainly new ones that I'm kind of want to, you know, have a look at. I do pay attention to what's kind of on the forums and chatter about them, just from the point of view that, you know, if a game's getting tons of like bad reviews, or you know, comments to say along the lines of, you know, this is just lagging, or you know, you need to sort out, or there's multiple issues with the game to kind of sort out in terms of that move is a bugger upside down, swear to God. Yeah, can't get the hang of that at all. Hoping you don't do it, really. But yeah, if there's like, you know, a whole bunch of issues, or basically commenters are saying that, you know, it's just bosses are either just way too flipping hard, or other things about the game which make it sound like it, you know, it's not a very good quality, then I won't shun them completely off that, because oh yes, don't get screwed over by the last thing. Yay, that'll do. I'll take that. Because ultimately, you know, people enjoy games. You know, some people are going to like things that others don't like. So please don't die while I'm getting back to hitting the save. That'll be the last thing I want to do. And please don't freeze the save either. Good. I'll probably just pause here for a moment while I finish that thought. But yeah, I mean, people like different things. So, you know, I Want to Be the Bossy is probably the biggest example I can think of that. I think, you know, it splits opinion right down the middle. There are those who fall into the camp of thinking it's a dreadful game, and there are those who fall into the camp of thinking it's a wonderful game. And I fall into the latter. I think it's still my favourite game, I Want to Be fan game that I've played. So, you know, if I read all the negative comments about Bossy and didn't play it, then I'd missed out on a great game. So the fact that things have got bad reviews doesn't necessarily turn me off it completely, but yeah, I'm just yeah. So I do kind of pick games a little bit kind of carefully, but ultimately don't completely listen to what people say. But yeah, I suppose ultimately from the contest is basically I'm thinking, you know, I'm hoping that we're going to get, obviously when they get released to the public, or you know, which I think is going to happen, that we get a whole new cavalcade of great games that kind of get put out. So yeah, kind of really looking forward to both, you know, the contest in terms of how that progresses itself, and then indeed hopefully opening up a whole bunch of new excellent fan games to play afterwards. So yeah, before I get into area 3, which is the last one, I will cut the recordings. It's gone on a while, and probably talk about the last thing that I wanted to talk about, which is my gameplay schedule. So hang on just a second. Okay, so let's try and beat the final of the first five areas. So this is area 3. This is almost definitely going to be the last kind of gameplay. I think I show off during the game. So and I kind of deliberately kind of thought about leaving it that way, because the Donkey Kong Country area is probably my favourite area in the game, and then also the boss of the area, 4-second friendly, is also probably, well, certainly my favourite boss in the game, and well, one of my absolute all-time favourite I Want to Be fan game bosses anyway. So yeah, so I thought that would be a nice way to hopefully end this game. So whoops, but the unfortunate thing, well, we'll see how it kind of goes upside down. I don't know if the boss fight or indeed the Donkey Kong Country area, how they're going to go, but I can tell you for now, this bubble area is a pain in the backside upside down, just because of the current and you know, the spikes. I wouldn't obviously necessarily, you know, ordinarily call them particularly intricate in terms of like spike weaving or anything like that, but when you factor in the fact that it's upside down, oh, it's intricate enough. Believe me, this is a pain in the neck. Upside down, anyway. Whoa. But yeah, what I kind of wanted to talk mostly about during this part is how annoying this section is upside down. No, is yeah, the updates that are going to probably the updates blur, the amendments that are probably going to be coming into my update. Oh, for God's sake, my upload schedule. Again, this is so hard it's so hard to concentrate and talk when you're focusing so intently on what you're doing here. This being upside down is not helping. I feel like I need to really flipping concentrate, and I just can't speak properly at all. But yeah, the change in my upload schedule. So I'm still planning. Or the next full Let's Play that I'm going to be doing is still going to be. Don't go too close to that. It's going to be Mega Pony. That was, it was going to be a request that I had, so I will be doing that next. After that, I had intended to do the Mega Man 5. Oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm gonna have this bloody ghoul thing right in my flipping path now. Oh, this is not gonna go well at all. I've just made a ginormous mess of this. See what I mean about concentrating? Just no clue whatsoever, really. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm gonna go quiet for this bit. Sorry, I need to concentrate. Come on, get out of the water. Thank you, bloody hell. Right. Yeah, I just haven't had. What was going to be next was going to be these. The Mega Man 5. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, the Mega Man 5 Let's Plays, Perfect Run Let's Plays, but I just with what I kind of talked about in the previous video as well, with work now being busier and working longer and such like that. That I just haven't had the time to devote to writing all the scripts that I need to for that for that project. So that's way behind where I would like where I'd like to be at this point in time. So yeah, that's just going to have to be on hold for a little bit of time, a little while until I get around to actually doing that. And again, we're working longer hours and such like that. I've actually got to find have the motivation again to do it. So because I just want to. When I'm coming home from work or indeed weekends, just kind of want to relax a little bit and not have to worry about kind of doing those kind of things. But I will, I certainly will get around to doing it at some point. But yeah, it's probably just on hold for a little bit. I will also be uploading probably just almost probably immediately after this video as well. I'm going to perhaps upload another one of my videos showing off. What's sort of one of those so-dubbed nightmare bosses. Some of you may remember that I uploaded one for coughing from I Want to Be the Tribute a while back, and well, I was extraordinarily this is a bugger upside down, seriously. Extraordinarily fortuitous in beating it in 3 goes. I don't anticipate the next one going all that well, but yeah, the reason I kind of did that was because I think that boss kind of gets a bit of obviously a rap as being one that people just turn off the game because of it, or cheat, or say just rage quit or whatever. And I was kind of trying to demonstrate that I didn't think it was how am I going to do that upside down? I really need to think about how I'm going to do that. Yeah, there's just kind of one of those bosses that people just really gets under people's skin and just they just rage quit the game on, really. Another well-known one that seems to have that effect on people is. Just see if I can concentrate on this for the moment. Oh, lovely. Never mind concentrating. Anyway, yeah, another one that seems to have that effect is no, not coughing. I was talking about that. Krako from I Want to Be the End. So that one just seems to have people completely up in arms as well. I can't get the hang of that upside down. Bloody hell. Yeah, I've kind of hit upon a bit of a strategy. I think that actually. Takes away much of the issue with that. I won't go into further details about it now, and obviously because I just don't want to ruin the demonstration or anything. It's very hard to kind of maybe talk about without actually showing it off. But yeah, maybe immediately after this Let's Play, I will upload a video of me trying to demonstrate, or certainly my strategy anyway, in terms of how to beat, or how I go about trying to beat Krako from I Want to Be the End. So I don't plan to make those continually make videos or make a series out of that, but yeah, I'm not planning on taking requests for nightmare bosses to kind of show off. But yeah, we'll just kind of see how those kind of go. But I might kind of cut the recording in just a second because it's gone on a little bit long and this bit's irritating the hell out of me. And I'll talk about the final thing, which was the Okay, so yeah, the big thing that's going to be changing in my upload schedule was I had initially planned to do I Want to Be Myself as the first blind game, and I'm still certainly planning to do that game as indeed a blind game, but yeah, as of now, it's not it's not finished, and I'm kind of actually keen to actually give my arm a shot at a blind game right about now. So I'm going to be kind of doing another one, and whoa, yeah, I'm not going to maybe give away too much about what about yeah what one it is, but how am I going to do this? I'm so nervous on this one with don't freeze the platform. Okay, I've got a bit more time to turn around and do it now. Okay, right, good. Yeah, I won't give away which one it is. It's a fairly new. Whoops, it's a fairly new one. So it's got kind of a fairly decent, or from what I could see, fairly decent. How am I going to do this? Fairly decent reviews. So yes. So so yeah, I'm kind of keen to get involved in it, and I'm hoping actually in some ways that it's a. See if I can do my kind of sorry, that's yes. Bugging about with that. I want to go left here now. I think, don't I? Probably, although not. Yeah. What? Oh, what? Yeah, this is going to be a hell of a thing upside down. If I can finish my train of thought. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be kind of like an easing into the the blind kind of let's plays, and that's kind of maybe a little bit of a clue as to which one or the kind of one it might be. So yeah, we'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah, I was just kind of getting in, kind of in the mood for doing a blind one. So I thought, well, okay, why not? Yeah, and yeah, I say the original one obviously is a little bit of on the wrong side of the screen, am I? Where are they? Oh, that was lucky as hell, and I flipped it up. Damn it! And I probably don't know how many games I had left, but oh well. Yeah, I need to go left here, don't I? For the best bit. Oh yeah, okay, right. Yeah, so I don't know. I just caught the kind of idea of wanting to do a blind let's play now. So yeah, I thought, why not? Okay, I want to go right then. No, of course I want to go. I want to go left. Of course I want to go left. Oh, Jesus, right. So yeah, I will be doing. So that will be coming after the. I think this has gone very well. Oh wow, just in time. So that will probably be coming after the Mega Pony one. Bloody hell. Again, I'm concentrating so bloody much that I just can't speak what the hell I want to. I can't speak very well on what I want to say. But I think that's probably ultimately all I really wanted to say. Just that, yeah, I hope that. Not that, yeah, I don't think anyone's being. Certainly I don't think there's been any kind of impatient. Oh God. First press left and then jump. No, it must have been first press right. Lovely. Yay! Reading everything upside down as well. Yay! I screwed that up. Yeah, I'm certainly hoping that there won't be kind of like massive delays or long gaps between videos and such. But don't press right, press jump, but then press left. No, it was right. I don't believe it. That's going to be a hell of a thing when it's upside down. Way. Get into position. Oh, there we are. Yeah, not that I think anyone's getting. Yeah, not like anyone's got. It's blue first, isn't it? When you have to read it left to right. That is it 6 or 9? I can't even tell. Yeah, maybe this wasn't the best one to have left for last upside down. We could just be having some fun on this. Yeah, well, yeah, some enormous fun on this. This could go terribly. Yeah, I think that's probably all I kind of wanted to update you on. There's probably something I want to talk about just a little bit when I've beaten this, if I beat this, but something to yeah, because I want to actually, yeah, I'd like to actually speak properly and make sure I say everything I want to say. That's dreadful. So yeah, I think that's probably all I want to say in terms of this. So probably just work, but I might as well just talk about how this boss fight's going for the moment. And say I just well actually. yeah, I just love this boss. I don't know. It's again, it's not quite what you'd say you're kind of like typical boss. Obviously, it's more just kind of like a bit of a mini game collection. But yeah, I just can't say enough nice things about it. It's it never feels all that cheap. Or if it is, you can kind of accept it a bit more than kind of like, you know, a boss kind of cornering you with a really obnoxious move or something. Red first. Yeah, it's just so much fun, as is the rest of the game, to be honest. But yeah, something about this one that's just enormous fun. How many more have I got left? It looks like 2 after this one. Okay, I could maybe have done without that, I must admit, but don't do anything. Yeah! Thank you. Well, after all the Windows 8 problems and all the other problems, thank you for being oh so kind for that. Much appreciated. Please don't screw up the jump to get to the final area. Yep, we'll get the bubble gun. We'll get out of there, and I will briefly talk about some final comments on the game when from in the hub world. I'll also get this back the right way up because it's just a bit of a thing to look at. So yeah. So yeah, I'll see you in a second, and yeah, I'll have my kind of like final thoughts on the game. Okay, so yeah, I'm deliberately not doing anything on the game, doing any gameplay whatsoever, because this is the final bit, and I want to be able to sum up and actually be able to talk competently on it without having to struggle mixing up my words. So yeah, apologies probably for the last video and a half, to be honest, because half the time I just felt like I was, you know, stumbling so much over my words, or getting interrupted by things that were happening on the game, or having to concentrate so much on what was happening on screen in order to show it off that it just kind of became a bit of a jumbled mess. But hopefully I kind of got across what I wanted to, at least to say, both in terms of, you know, my good news from last video, and indeed this video talking about the you know Snipers fan game contest, and indeed what I'm going to be doing a bit later. But yeah, just to end with, say this will be the final part. I just wanted to, I wanted to just kind of, you know, go again over final thoughts on the game, and I really just cannot praise this game highly enough. It's you know, it's one of the easier ones, I'd probably say, compared to a lot of the fan games out there. But ultimately, who cares? This game is just so much fun that so nothing feels all that cheap. You haven't got, like, you know, massive intricate spike weaving or needle, or it's certainly not a needle game or that, anything like that. And again, I don't necessarily mind those games, or indeed the games with kind of gimmicks and such like that. But the fact that it doesn't have that just kind of makes it one of the more, you know, fun ones out there. The replayability on this game is just staggering. You know, if you want to, obviously I've shown off glimpses of it, but if you want to go through the entire game on inverted mode, you can do. If you want to go through the game on darkness mode, you can do. If you want to be a masochist and go through the game on inverted darkness mode with 75 speed, then you can do. If you want to go, you know, you've got all these extra characters. So I mean, I know you have to kind of like actually rescue them in the first instance. So you know, I mean, but for instance, say you rescue Zoop, I suppose you might have to beat the whole area first, or defeat Thunderbird in order to actually be able to go back and rescue him. But beyond that point, if you then go back through the area and rescue Zoop, you can play the rest of the game through with Zoop with a completely different character. Or again, without, obviously you're going to need to use certain characters certain times, but you can go through the main game with Zoop and using his, you know, far hover ability. If you want to go through, you know, with Blacktail 11 Snipers and his freeze time ability, you can do. You know, and you can mix that up as well. You can obviously do inverted mode and darkness mode with that. There's just so much replayability with this, and obviously they will you know, if you do find the game's, you know, maybe slightly on the easier side and you want to give yourself that challenge, then, you know, playing through as the other characters, or indeed on, you know, the inverted or darkness mode, will certainly give you that if you're looking for more of a challenge, you know. So yeah, I really can't praise it high enough. It is clearly so much love, care and attention that's kind of gone into this to make things, you know, not completely off the scale difficult, hugely fun, and I say it still remains to this day my second favourite of these games of all time. Although Boshi is still my favourite, if I were going to recommend a game, it would be this one over Boshi. Boshi still tends to split opinion, and I'd always be rather nervous about saying, oh, you know, go check out Boshi, it's my favourite game. You know, if that person kind of hated it, then I kind of feel a bit guilty. But I don't think there are many people who have too bad an opinion of this game. And this, honestly, if I had to recommend any one I Want to Be fan game to go and play, it's this one. I think that, you know, just it's fun. It's got huge replayability. And yeah, there's clearly been a lot of attention that's gone into the design of the game, you know, to make things not just completely bull crap all the time. So yeah, I say I cannot praise the game highly enough. It's now that I know that funnily enough that I know that trick on getting past Raphael, because that was basically a deal breaker for Windows 8, and my laptop completely screwed it up. I am now able to actually go and replay this game on base, you know, without having to, you know, bug my brother for his laptop or something or anything else. So I can go back and replay this game now a lot more than I would do, and I still go back and replay this game from time to time. It's other games, Boshi. I rarely go back and probably replay that to a degree. Although must admit, I did go back and beat the game on mirrored mode recently, but just as an extra little challenge. But yeah, other games, whilst I still like them, I haven't necessarily tended to go back and replay them. Obviously, when I've done Let's Plays, I have, but beyond that, no, this is my most replayed game, or most replayed I Don't Want to Be fan game, without a shadow of a doubt. It's not too difficult. Even on Tree Trunk mode, I find it's not ridiculously difficult, and it's one of the most fun ones out there. And I thoroughly recommend it if you're a fan of the series and you haven't played this game yet. Go check it out. It's friggin' awesome. So yeah, I'll probably leave it there on that endorsement. It's been a fun playthrough, I must admit. I say part of my personal circumstances in the last couple of months, obviously with the promotion and everything like that, means that I've just been in such a good mood anyway. That, you know, it would have been very hard to have a game that would have wiped the smile off my face. But that's all kind of added to it. As you can see, the only drawback I can find is Windows 8, really, in that it's almost a deal breaker for the game. But you know, there are bits you can obviously work around. But if you've got things like the drone boss, where the noise of the drones suddenly causes the game to crash, or indeed the Brisulph fight because you can't use a machine gun, then Windows 8 is unfortunately a bit of a deal breaker. But yeah, other than that, it's flipping brilliant, and I really will end it there. So yeah, the next thing I upload will hopefully be the Krakow fight, if I want to be the end. But yeah, I'm kind of relieved to have this playthrough done, but it's been immensely fun while it's lasted. Hope you've all enjoyed it too. Cheerio.